Here's Rachel Nichols.
Well, the Dolphins need a long-term solution at quarterback, and at number 8, Ryan Tannehill should be there for them. The Dolphins know Tannehill is a little bit of an overreach at 8, so they have talked about other players, and they're still making inquiries about trading down. But with this franchise not having drafted a quarterback in the first round since Dan Marino nearly 30 years ago, there's no doubt what the fans want. Now let's go to Ed Werder in Dallas.
Rachel, here's what Jerry Jones and everyone else taking their place in the Dallas draft room knows. They want Alabama safety Mark Barron if he's available at 14, but unless they trade up with perhaps Carolina at 9, the Cowboys risk losing Barron to Buffalo at 10 or to the Jets at 13 through a trade with Arizona for that pick. I'm told the Cowboys absolutely won't go into the top 10 for Barron. Let's go to Sal Paolantonio with the Jets.
Thanks, Ed. At number 16, the New York Jets are the natural pivot point in the first round. That means Mike Tannenbaum, the general manager, is looking for trading options to perhaps trade up or trade down to find the right outside linebacker and defensive end. Another pass rusher boom to send to Tom Brady twice a year.
All right, Sal, thank you very much. Well, let's go back to the top, and all the reporters will hear from you early and often. Andrew Luck, we know he's got the physical tools. He also has the tools up top.
That's double trouble. That's what I like the most about Andrew Luck, is he doesn't waste plays. He can beat you with his football mind, just like Peyton Manning did. He'd see 6 Redskins in the box. He knew it was too deep zone. He says, hey, guys, let's run the ball. They're light in the box. He communicates it to everybody. He's going to hand the ball to Joseph Adai, and they're going to smash the ball off tackle. He did it for 15 years with Edger and James. Adai. Great decisions to keep the Colts in premier situations. That's what I see Andrew Luck doing, Mel. It doesn't show up on a stat sheet, but Andrew Luck sees this Washington State corner blitz a mile away. He says, hey, we're going to run 97 power, King. Let's run the ball to the left away from this corner blitz, and let's sting Washington State. A lot of what Luck does isn't on the stat sheet. He's a lot like Peyton Manning from a football pedigree standpoint. What he does on film is rare, Mel.
And no question about it. I think he's prepared to have a heck of an NFL career. I think it's up now to Ryan Grigson, the new GM of the Indianapolis Colts, to be like Bill Polian was as a GM, surround your quarterback by the kind of personnel base you need to allow your quarterback to have some success. So I think Ryan Grigson is going to be tied to Andrew Luck as to what kind of career he has moving forward down the road.
Yeah, but if you're going to be tied to somebody, you might as well try that, right?
Yeah.
Because we won't know, maybe at one point, this draft we'll talk about like the quarterback draft of '83, when they went 1, 2, 3, 1. I hate to do it just because it's quarterbacks, but we may be always referencing this draft depending on Luck and Griffin, correct?
No doubt.
What else are we looking for here? There's like one player atop the quote, I don't want to say devalued, but there's one running back, Richardson, rated higher than most. There's one guard, DeCastro, rated higher than most. There's a strong safety, Barron, rated higher than most. There's one inside linebacker, Luke Kuechly, Boston College, rated higher than most. If teams feel that way, it'll be interesting to see if we have more wheeling and dealing, as we did already, between the Cleveland Browns and the Minnesota Vikings. Can you feel it yet? I mean, can you feel it in the air? Mel, you've been feeling it since last May. Are you ready for the draft? We are!
Across the span of time, these men have marched bravely into their future. Men of grit and honor, selected by the best to be the best. Now, go men, go!
Ray Lewis on deck. You ready? Yeah. Who do you think you are to step up and take a seat at this table? That's right. You are the best. Today, you take that next step into a new world, a new day. All that effort, you know that nobody can judge your effort except yourself. You have been waiting your whole life for right now.
You gonna know my name by the end of the night.
Become the men that you were meant to be.
Wow.
The eyes of a nation are on you.
Lights, big city going to my head. Bright lights, big city going to my head.
This night is about before and after, yesterday and tomorrow. What was will be. You made this happen for your family and for yourself. Now take it easy. Feel it.
Yeah, welcome to my city, big dreams, lights and dollars. This the big leagues, big homies, you out of college. Pull up with your family, the cameras and red carpets at last. All your life you work hard to get to the draft. Next stop the Super Bowl, next stop the Hall of Fame. It all starts when the commissioner calls your name. I wish you luck, love, prosperity, the best career. You are the brightest light, it all happens here.
Across the span of time, these men have marched bravely into their future. Men of grit and honor.
Stand up. Take a bow. Tomorrow is never promised.
They gonna know my name.
You made it. You're in. And don't worry, you ain't got to find us. We'll find you. Rookies.
The whole world gonna know my name. The draft is on.
This is the 2012 NFL Draft presented by Bud Light.
Welcome, everybody, to New York City and one of the most famous entertainment venues in all the world, Radio City Music Hall. Come on inside, as they have since Christmas time, 1932. So almost 80 years ago. Some of the biggest acts ever. Some of the biggest movies ever. 300 million people have come into Radio City Music Hall. And the next 3 days and evenings, we welcome football fans from all over here in New York and you out there here on ESPN as we get set for the 77th annual selection meeting of the National Football League, commonly known as the Draft. Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Berman, along with the man that won the Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Bucks almost 10 years ago.
Time flies.
John Gruden. And Mel Kiper for his 29th draft. I think they had Mel first, then the draft. Welcome back.
Great to be here, Boom.
Could be historic, couldn't it, with the quarterbacks going 1-2 for only the 5th time.
Yeah, it doesn't happen often, but we knew it a long time. A little bit like the Heisman Trophy, where it came down to luck versus Griffin. Tonight, it's Andrew Luck.
It's quite amazing. The Indianapolis Colts, and you talk about having some good luck. I mean, go back to 1998, Peyton Manning's there for the Colts. Now here we are, 15 years later, it's Andrew Luck. Go back to 1983. The Baltimore Colts had John Elway. They decided to give him away to the Denver Broncos. But that Colt organization, 3 quarterbacks, it's amazing how they have fallen that #1 spot with the right guy on the board.
For this will be the 12th time in the last 15 years a quarterback goes #1 overall. We're not predicting it, and we'll get into it. Some of the results haven't been great, some have been outstanding, but you only have to look as far back as last year with Cam Newton, who came in with less of everybody agreeing, as they do on Luck and Griffin. And what did Cam Newton do? He blew the top off all the rookie records and everything else. So we shall see Commissioner Roger Goodell with the gavel to open things up.
Good evening. Welcome to prime time in the 2012 NFL Draft. This is an exciting night for our players, for our teams, and for you, the fans. The season begins tonight, so let's kick it off. The 2012 NFL Draft is officially open. The Indianapolis Colts are on the clock.
That means the Indianapolis Colts are on the clock at 2-14 last year after winning double-digit games every season because of the draft pick that they had that began this 12 of 15 #1 overall in 1998, and that was Peyton Manning. In case you've been under a rock recently, Peyton Manning is on the Denver Broncos. The Colts waited a long time. They lost their first 13 games before they finally won a couple at the end. Bill Polian